Okay, so here we go. We're going to have this scenario here. I want you to read the problem, pause the video, read the problem, get a sense of what's going on. Go ahead, pause. Okay, now that you're back, let's consider it. We're looking for a number that must be added to both the numerator and the denominator. Well, the numerator, if you know, that's the top value of the fraction. So 1 is the numerator here, and 3 is the denominator of the fraction. And I want to add a number to both the numerator and the denominator, to 1/3. Well, if I add a number to the numerator, that's 1 plus some number x. That's a number added to the numerator. And I'm also going to add a number to the denominator, 3 plus x. This number is also added now to the denominator. I have a brand new fraction. And that has to be 7/8. Now, what a common mistake is what students do sometimes, is they go 1/3 and they add what they think a number to the numerator and the denominator. This is not adding to the numerator and denominator. This is adding to the fraction. And this is actually equal to 1. So you're not adding a number, you're adding 1 to the 1/3. So just be careful of the wording of that. Make sure that you understand what that problem is saying. So when we have this scenario, so now that we have this equation, we can use the techniques that we've been working on to solve this scenario. The first thing I'm going to do is get my common denominator, which I know is 8 times 3 plus x. And I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by 8 times 3 plus x. 8 times 3 plus x. And when I do that, the 8's cancel here. The 3 plus x cancels here. And so I'm left with 8 times 1 plus 3x. Or 1 plus x is equal to 7 times 3 plus x. Solving for x now, I get 8 plus 8x is equal to 21 plus 7x. So I'm going to bring the 7x over, so it's x. Bring the 8 over, subtracting 8, and I end up with 14. No, not 14. 13. I get 13. So x is 13. Now to check that algebra or with the sketch, I'm going to move over to the equation to this side here and go y equals parentheses 1 plus x divided by 3 plus x. And I get that funny graph again. And so when I have this, when the variable's in the bottom of my fraction, I often will get these crazy looking curves, and that's totally fine. And this is equal to 7 divided by 8. And so here's that line there. And if I look over here somewhere, they are, where did that answer go? Let's zoom in, maybe we can see it. There we go. It found the point of intersection. And I can see that the answer is indeed 13. And so if I make my quick sketch of that, here, we'll make this is 7/8. And we'll do a curve around, and I know it's doing this kind of a thing, or this, and then this part of a thing, and this is 13, 7/8. And so x is equal to 13. That's my answer. This is y is equal to 7/8. And this is y is equal to 1 plus x over 3 plus x. So there is the sketch of the scenario. And so making the equation, you have to think about, but once you have the equation, then we just use the techniques that we have learned in the past.